At Brazos Valley Hospital, 713-651-1414.
H&R Block found Jane Walker a tax refund of $2,245. Find a bigger refund.
What can we find for you?
Goodbye to the Shamrock at 5.
And it's a beautiful day today to welcome the Western world's most famous and romantic couple, Prince Alexander and Princess Christina. Eager crowds have been gathering since early this morning to try and catch a glimpse of the radiant couple as they emerge from the royal jet.
What's the matter? Aren't you fascinated by the royal couple?
Well, Thomas, I didn't hear you come in. No, I was hoping to hear some news of Tyler's hearing, but nothing.
I talked to him earlier this morning, wished him good luck.
How'd he sound?
Tense. Can't be easy knowing that someone's life is in your hands.
It's more than just no jury. A hearing on sentencing is much more informal than a trial.
What exactly is going to happen in there?
Well, the judge will listen to what both sides have to say, then he'll ask some questions.
Morning, Tyler.
How's it going, Hal?
Hey, I heard Alonzo managed to get your case heard by Ritter the hangman. Good luck.
What does he mean, the hangman?
No, just courthouse nonsense. Judge Ritter is tough, but he's fair. We'll have a fair hearing, Jenny, don't worry.
Why do we have that judge? Don't you have any influence?
Jimmy.
Sure, if you wanted to wait 6 months to get on the calendar. Is that what you want? Ritter was willing to hear this case in his chambers immediately. Now, I want you to stop second-guessing me, Diamond. I know what I'm doing.
Captain McCandless.
Hello, Mr. Alonzo.
I'd like to talk to you. Alone.
Well, this is a surprise. So what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, I want to know why you came to Trey's last night.
To see Jordy and Leanne. Brenda, would you like some coffee?
I don't believe you.
And why not?
Because I think that you knew that Dylan and I were going to be there. I think you deliberately set out to ruin my evening, and
I don't give a damn what you think, Brenda.
So why sizzle fat? Sizzle lean.
Look, Brenda, just for the record, I saw Jordy yesterday afternoon. He gave me a blanket invitation to come and see him. He never mentioned anything about you being there for dinner. I don't think he even knew that. And that is the truth. Now, you can take that or you can leave it. Now, why don't you tell me why you lied to me?
When did I lie to you?
You said that our problems had absolutely nothing to do with Dylan Ross.
They don't.
And why are you dating him now?
I am not dating him now. Dylan happens to be my friend, that's it.
I see.
Obviously, you don't see, Wally. You are the problem. I gave your ring back to you because I don't understand you anymore. I can't even talk to you anymore. I don't even enjoy being with you anymore.
And I sent it back to you, Brenda, because I want to change all that. What we had was so good. Are you willing to just throw it away?
This has been going on for months, Wally. You've been angry, you've been distant.
I told you that had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with you.
Oh, so that's supposed to make it all right. Wally, you shut me out. I mean, I begged you to let me help, to share it with me. You put up a wall a mile high. Is that how you deal with somebody that you love?
And I told you, Brenda, that this was something that I had to work out by myself. But instead of understanding that, what did you do? You turn around to the first available stud. Is that what you call commitment? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
And I shouldn't have come here.
But you did come. Why? Because you still love me, Brenda. If that's not true, Brenda, then turn around and look at me and tell me it's not true.
I came here to tell you, Wally, to leave us alone.
Us? You just answered my questions, Brenda. I think you better get out of here.
How long do you think we'll go? Ritter likes to keep things short and sweet.
Well, that's tough, Alonzo. You picked yourself a prosecutor's judge, and I'm going to take all the time I want to argue my client's case.
Look, you were the one who wanted to get on the calendar fast, and I cashed in a lot of markers to do that. You wanted a speedy hearing in chambers, and I got it. Now, Judge Ritter goes with the package. If you're afraid of the judge, then you and your client can go outside into the line like everybody else, and I'll see you next year.
Well, I don't have any problems with Ritter. I just want you to understand that I'm not going to let you railroad us through this case. Judge Ritter is ready to begin. Jenny, it's time.
Okay.
I'll be right here. You remember how much I love you.
Bailiff, would you bring in the clerk and the court reporter?
Yes, sir. I'm Tyler McCandless, counsel for the defense. This is my client, Mrs. Jenny Desmond.
Counsel, you may be seated. Mrs. Desmond, would you approach my desk? The charge against you is assault with a deadly weapon. You know what that charge means?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you familiar with your rights?
Yes, they've been read to me.
How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Is this plea given freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody made any threats or promises to you in regard to this plea?
No.
Mrs. Desmond, are you, in fact, guilty of this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
When I'm out on the road with a load of meat on, bad weather, bad cold, my load's still got to go. So I rely on Alka-Seltzer Plus. It relieves my aches and pains, the stuffiness in my head, watering on my eyes, the running on my nose, and just everything. So I take Alka-Seltzer Plus before I set out.
Dog, more usable protein on the inside for more of that high pro glow on the outside.
Healthy, high pro glow, energy, improved high pro.
Try new improved Purina High Pro.
Hope this isn't too strong.
No, I love your coffee. Kind of took a chance coming over here without calling you first. Kind of surprised to find you still at home.
Where would I be?
I thought you might be out on Pennsylvania Avenue with everyone else in the district, you know, trying to get a glimpse of the royal couple.
Well, celebrity gawking is not exactly my style.
No.
Although between us, I am curious to see them. There's such a story with a couple.
Well, maybe I can arrange something.
Well, that would be wonderful. I have been staying in because I've been hoping Tyler would call with news of his hearing.
Well, you may have a wait there. These things have a way of dragging on. As a matter of fact, you know, the longer it takes, the better it might be for Tyler and Jenny.
Why is that?
Well, usually it means that the judge is considering and weighing Tyler's arguments against imposing the maximum sentence on Jenny. It's a tough case. Tyler's going to have his work cut out for him here. This Alonzo, he's a hard liner. He's very good at his job, too. Well, I did not come here to discuss the district attorney.
Oh. And just why did you come here today?
Equal time, remember? Remember our dinner plans, eh? Mm-hmm. A long, romantic, intimate dinner together. And I have planned something a little different, too. I would advise you to say yes, because this is something special for Thursday night.
Well, Mark, I can't on Thursday.
Another date?
No. We're having a family get-together. It's very important for all of us.
I assume that includes Baxter.
I'm sorry.
Well, Thursday's too long to wait anyway. How about tonight? You free?
Yes. And I'd love it.
Good. Pick you up at 7?
I'll look forward to it.
So will I.
Counselor, are you going to waive time for sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, provided I may offer some material to the court.
No objection, Your Honor.
Fine. I would like to hear from the prosecution first.
No objection.
And the people will show this woman went to the Lincoln Club on the morning of November 15th with the sole purpose of shooting a United States senator. The fact that she shot or claims she shot the wrong senator is irrelevant. Your Honor, I come before you on a daily basis, and I do not hesitate to ask for the severest penalty on cases less serious than this. Why? Because I enjoy seeing people suffer? No. Because we are both servants of this community, and we act in its best interests. Your Honor, if we are lenient, we send a signal into that community that it is acceptable to attempt to take a life. And that same community will respond with more violence and more lawlessness. The defense attorney will plead a lesser sentence based on extenuating circumstances. But if a favored young woman, like Jenny Desmond, can shoot an innocent man with impunity, and in this case a United States senator, what do we tell the ghetto-born lawbreakers when they come before you the next time, when the extenuating circumstances may be no less compelling? A broken home, brutal environment. Do we tell them the law has a double standard? One for the rich and privileged, with high-priced, high-powered attorneys, and one for the poor, with court-appointed representatives they just met 5 minutes prior to the hearing? The law is the same for everyone. And the sentence should be the same for everyone who breaks the law. Therefore, in the case of the people versus Jennifer Desmond, the people recommend a maximum sentence, 15 years.
Well presented.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Counselor.
Hey, you're back. That's what I got in the mail. The new catalog of telescopes is one you gotta see. It's What's the matter? Hey, come on, Brenda, talk to me, would you?
Dylan, please just leave me alone.
One love, get close up. One love, get close up. When you're close up, that's when close up counts. White teeth and a fresh mouth.
We interrupt this commercial to show you a new way to get close up with fluoride, the attractive, easy-to-use pump.
One love, get close up.
I can't let painful corn stop me. Thanks, Free-Zone, for taking them away.
Ordinary pads cover corns. Free-Zone goes to the core of the corn, dissolves it away painlessly and effectively.
Thanks, Free-Zone.
Pure and natural.
Country, say, give me the real juice cooler.
It's the last time I wear a bear suit to a singles bar.
Something's got you upset. Now, what is it?
I'm fine.
You're not fine. You're in tears.
Dylan, just let me go.
It's Wally, isn't it? You been to see him?
Please let me go.
When you tell me what's wrong.
This is none of your business. Will you just stay out of it?
So we're back to the princess and the stable boy, huh?
What?
That sounds like an order to a Clegg employee. Or was it just a request to a friend? You see, I get confused. You can't have it both ways, Brenda.
I don't know what you're talking about,
Sure you
Dylan.
do. You've been playing this game with me since the first day we met. First the big come on, then the shutout. You have to make up your mind, Brenda. Either you want me or you don't want me. You're not gonna jerk me around.
What happened? Don't ask. Sit down. It's good to see you, Thomas.
It's good to see you, too. How are you doing?
You first. Mom says you've been working real hard.
So what else is new? Listen, Wally, I have something I have to ask you. That's why I came by here.
So ask.
Well, since the charges against Dad have been dropped, Mom wants to have a dinner Thursday night for the family to celebrate. Look, Wally, I didn't come here to argue with you about your feelings towards Dad.
Good.
It's not a closed subject either. Look, Wally, do you think you could put your feelings aside for one night and be a part of the family again? It's real important that you be there. Especially for Mom.
I'll think about it.
Thanks. So, come on, Wally, you want to talk about it?
What?
Whatever it is that's bothering you, it has to be about Brenda.
She was here right before you got here.
And?
And we had another fight.
Wally, how much longer is this going to keep going on?
I still can't figure out what went wrong. Now, I know I've been in bad shape about Dad and all. But I always thought that the one solid thing I had in my life was Brenda. And now she's gone. But she was always there. No matter what. Hell, Brenda loved me even before I knew that I was in love with her. Or so she says.
I remember that.
Thomas, we have been through so much together. I mean, Brenda changed me. The day that I found out that I was in love with her, everything makes sense.
It's all gone now?
Nothing makes sense to me now. You know, I had lunch with Jordy yesterday, and we talked about me and Brenda. And he said maybe it's time I face facts, that it was over.
You think he's right?
I don't know. I don't know if I can let her go. Thomas, I don't know if I can live without Brenda.
The purpose of the penalty phase of the legal process is not vengeance, but to protect the community from potentially violent criminals. The preservation of the public welfare is my concern, as well as a concern of the state. The question is, how does this apply to my client? What benefit will the public receive from imprisoning this young woman? A woman whose act stemmed from years of mental confusion and...
Now, hold it, Counselor. You did not plead insanity, and I don't want to hear about the mental capacity of the defendant at the time of the act. I only want to hear your recommendation as to what I should do now.
I'm not arguing diminished capacity, Your Honor.
But it sounds like it to me.
Well, that wasn't my intent, Your Honor. However, it is critical to place Jenny Desmond's act in context. If ever there were mitigating circumstances which should bear on the sentence, there are in this case. Consider a young woman who was almost strangled to death on the night of her wedding. That narrow escape left such physical and mental trauma that until very recently, she has been unable to remember anything that happened prior to that shocking event, much less the event itself. She is prey to fears and terrors we can only imagine. Following that, she spent 3 years in flight with her father, the only person she had contact with. Her father exacerbating her fears with continual warnings that their lives were in danger from a man named Josh Harrington. feeding her nightmares to the point where Jenny was convinced that her only hope of safety and peace lay in the shooting of Senator Harrington. A clearly irrational act, Your Honor.
Objection. You said you did not want to hear this line of reasoning. Counsel is trying to get sympathy for a privileged client.
Your Honor, I'm not trying to characterize the shooting of Senator Denning as a pathological act or as an excusable one. But given all the facts in this case, it is an understandable one. The real issue is whether anyone honestly believes that this woman, who at this time is finally free of all the terrors and confusion that led up to the act, is a continuing threat to anyone, let alone a danger to society. All I ask is understanding, Your Honor. And to that end, I'd like to call Casey Moore to the stand.
I object, Your Honor. I joined the waiver because I thought counsel was planning to introduce documents, not witnesses.
No, I will accept this, Mr. Alonzo, with the understanding that the privilege extends to the prosecution. This hearing is adjourned till 10 o'clock Wednesday morning. Are you all right?
I think so.
You're trembling.
It's an ordeal, Zed.
It's difficult to hear them talking about me that way in there.
What happened? The judge recessed until Wednesday.
That's not what I asked. What happened in there?
Tyler did very well.
We made our points, and we got what we wanted.
And what is that?
The opportunity to call witnesses to the stand.
Character witnesses?
Yes, people can corroborate Jenny's condition when she was here in Washington.
Well, there were a lot of people who saw her here.
Well, we have to be very careful about that. Anyone we call to the stand will be subject to cross-examination by Alonzo.
Is that a problem?
Yes, it is. With someone like Alonzo, it's a very real problem.
Dylan? I'm sorry. I don't mean to play games with you or to shut you out.
What is it you want, Brenda?
I don't know.
Meet three friends who prove Alpo helps dogs live long, healthy lives. They may look like triplets, but they're grandmother, mother, and daughter. Can you tell which is which? The complete nutrition in Alpo helps keep even the 15-year-old grandmother strong and healthy. And Alpo's real beef keeps them all very happy. So, which one is the grandmother? It's Katie here. Or maybe it's, Alpo. Generation after generation of healthy, happy dogs.
We all have different cough and cold symptoms. I might have, my wife, and my daughter.
That's why doctors